Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the Dorky Supernova. We're of course playing Oxygen Not Included for the second time this week, and starting this week and going forward, we're going to be playing Oxygen Not Included twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we're continuing the gameplay here in the Dorky Supernova colony. And if you missed the adventure last time, our intrepid little heroes have started to build out their colony. We've got a fairly stable base here with a good supply of oxygen at the moment, decent amount of food. I should probably make sure we actually have some organics here. Yeah, we have 9.7 tons of algae, so we have a decent place of algae at the moment. And there was this flurry of super chats last week that led to us sort of turning this into like the Hotel Ritz or something. We've got a couple of duplicates up here that have these massive suites with their own private bathrooms, and we're going to finish building those out today. We also want to go to the point of building out a ranch this week so that we can try to capture some little critters and we can have a little bit of fun with it that way. Elfwolf King, $10 super chat. Hi, Cryptic. Feel bad about the extra work I made you do. Oh, don't feel bad, Elfwolf King. It actually made for sort of an interesting colony. You know, when you play the game over and over again, it's really easy to sort of fall into the same pattern all the time where you're kind of building out a lot of the similar stuff. So it was actually pretty fun. But we do have these two nice little colonies going here, and actually Elfwolf King even has himself a little shine bug in here, which is nice, a nice little addition to the decor. They've got these nice lush living quarters. They don't have the big fancy beds yet because we don't have plastics, but when we get to plastics, we'll get them those beds as well. And we do have one bed empty, so I think we're going to bring in another duplicant today. Now, nobody's really focused on tidying up the colony. Now, there's lots of stuff sitting on the floor, and that sort of adds to negative decor impact, so it'd be nice if we had somebody doing the groundskeeping job to help kind of keep things tidied up a little bit. Elijah Trammell, $4.99 super chat. Hey, it says. That's a really short message, but thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support. Thanks for coming out to the stream as well. Welcome everyone who's here in the chat. I'm once again just streaming to YouTube tonight. I didn't bother doing a dual stream this evening because I just didn't want to go through the effort of setting it up, to be honest with you. I'm still fighting a little bit of an illness, so I apologize if my voice isn't 100%. I might have to stop periodically to put you guys on mute while I cough or something, but hopefully we get through tonight in good shape, and with any luck, we might even make it through without killing off a bunch of duplicants, which might actually be a bit of a record for us, to be entirely honest with you. But let's go ahead and look at some more research. I think we're at the point now. We have somebody who can do the ranching, so I really should work on some ranching stuff here. But I'm also getting a little bit worried about our power supply. So I think I'm going to take care of the basic first. Let's get our power supply handled. Because as it stands right now, we're still just using a single treadmill. The nice thing is we don't have that many machines. So we're not really in a place where we have too much of an issue in terms of power consumption, but at some point we will. I mean, we're going to get to that point where we've just got too much going on. I built this second little, or this third actually, algae deoxidizer up here so we can deconstruct the one down here. They got that taken care of, which is good, and that will give us a nice oxygen flow at the top of the base and then also down lower in the base. As you can see, our oxygen supply, it's not super high, but it's also in good shape. Like, it's not really a problem. CO2 is starting to get built up a little bit here at the bottom, but not too bad. It's still in the manageable range as well. If we really wanted to, in this area down here, we could probably put in some algae terrariums and try to deal with some of that. But I don't like to use algae terrariums too much because they suck up so much water, as well as consuming algae. So we'll see how it goes. I need help with groundskeeping. Sounds like you need a jack. Yeah, no kidding, right? I have to bring a good old Jack Cantus in here. We can work on doing some colony stuff. Food shortage. Man, we went through a lot of food really fast. I could have sworn before I started I had 23,000 kilocalories. Where did it all go? It's not possible for them to... Food is decayed. Well, isn't that just the best? All right. We need to deal with food storage because we just lost a significant amount. I can put it down here, temporarily anyway. The unfortunate thing is these little ration boxes down here are an exceptionally long way away from where our duplicants eat. Alternatively, what we can do is put some refrigerators up here, but we don't have the power supply to maintain it at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I'm planning to bring in one more duplicant, we should probably put one more mess table up here also. So we've got that covered off. That's a bit of a curveball I wasn't planning on, and my own fault entirely for not taking care of that. Hi, Get the Cat. Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. And welcome to the Ritz-Carlton. Well, the Ritz-Carlton in duplicant terms, anyway. I mean, it's not exactly phenomenal. At least they're keeping up with the food, at least. Well, only because they found a muckroot by the looks of it. Let's get this set up for all of our food just now. We'll set it for priority 7. Let's open the duplicant priority screen. Duplicants will pick errands according to their priorities first, and then... Oh, that's interesting. That's neat. I don't think they had that little link there to open up the priority screen before. Pretty cool. All right, we'll set this for 7. We'll take this one, and it is set for 8. We'll put it at a 6. Maybe we'll make this an 8. Make sure the food goes in there. So they should take the food from this storage and store it over here. That'll be in CO2, so now we won't have to worry about that food anymore. But I do need a better solution to what we have over here, because we can't continue to just have our food stuck in that sort of a scenario where it's like really far away from where they're consuming it and also from where we're making it, because it's sort of a waste of time for the duplicants to run back and forth. We have everything else set up for a nice kitchen up here with the water like right here, the cook stations, everything. No more duplicants so you grow more vegetables. Yeah, no kidding. I was going to bring in an 8th one because we had that empty bed, but you know, it takes 3 cycles. Let's enable the building anyway. Because it'll take 3 cycles for this to spin up, and then with any luck, we'll get ahead of the food count by then, because we do have a fairly decent crop growing here. Nothing's cooking at the moment, simply because you know, we don't have anything to cook with. We could set this for mush bars actually. Put that on continuous, just so we don't run. I don't want to run critically short of food while we're waiting for the crops to grow. These won't take very long, but nevertheless, I don't want to mess with it too much. We'll go to our power here and make sure that we've got our grill connected. It's going to take 60 watts of power, so we've got a fair amount of power draw going on here now too. I've got to be a little bit conscious of that. This little manual generator doesn't produce a ton, which leads to not a ton being stored in the batteries. So we get a little bit of carryover there, but not a crazy amount. Do I have a dupe name yet? I do, actually. Somebody sent in a super chat previously that I said I would take care of for them in terms of a duplicant. I have to go and check and see who that was, though. Super chat. We'll figure it out. Harpreet Singh, actually. So he'll be our next duplicant. And he'll be our official tidy monkey. Sorry, Harpreet, but we need one. Somebody's got to be a groundskeeper. Hey, Jesse, welcome to the stream. Welcome to your first time on the stream, also. Am I going to do live streams every night? No, probably not. Every now and then I'll do a week where I'll do like a straight week of them solid kind of thing. Otherwise, I normally have them sort of... I've been ranging everywhere between like 3 and 5 days a week on an average, I would say. I'm consistently going to have Oxygen included on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I typically stream Fortnite on Fridays. Other days of the week are a little bit more up in the air. Let's get the ranching stuff researched over here so we can work on getting our ranch taken care of. I'm also going to need a place to put the ranch. So we consume a fair amount of space here. We're getting close to the top of the zone, or the starting area anyway, where things are a little bit warmer up top here. So we got to be kind of conscious of that, as well as this geyser that we have sitting up here, this Chlorine Geyser. Only one we found so far. Everyone seems to be doing a decently good job. They're getting this all dug out. We've almost got all of our water piping in place here. So if we take a look at our water pipes, what we were doing up top here is we set up these private bathrooms for these two sets of duplicants. And we're actually going to put permissions on the doors here so that only the duplicants who own the door or own the rooms are able to go through the doors. Them and I think Lauren as well had paid for access to the bathrooms. So the 3 of them are going to have crazy. They're going to have their own private bathrooms, and the rest of the duplicants are using outhouses. But we need to do something with the water that's in here. So the wastewater that's coming out, we're going to send up into our cleaning system. So somewhere in our refinement, is it? Yeah, there's our water sieve. So we're going to set our water sieve up here. Like so. Send in a little bit of plumbing. And then we need to cycle the clean water back down through to the colony. But the issue we're going to have is that we have to be careful of overflow, because the toilets produce more water than they actually consume. So we're going to set a pipe bridge in here. If I can rotate that. We're going to set a pipe bridge in here. And we'll set our plumbing up so that it goes into the pipe bridge. And now the water that flows in here is going to... the priority it's going to take is that it wants to go through the pipe bridge first. And if it can go through the pipe bridge, then it will, and it will flow back into this system. If this system backs up, though, then the water that when it tries to go through the pipe bridge, it won't be able to. And instead, it'll take the secondary path, and that'll go down to our wastewater, which is dumping down here with our germy water. Now, there's a lot of piping in here, so it should probably take a while before it actually backs up to that point. But nevertheless, it should be fine. Elf Wolf King. Another $10 super chat. Here's to make sure my bathroom is only used by me. Oh my goodness. All right, so this one here is going to be... This one's Durgan. We want Durgan to have access. We want everyone else to be turned off. And then Durgan we want to have access, and then Lauren is going to have access to this bathroom. And this bathroom over here is going to be exclusively accessed by Elf Wolf King. Oh my gosh, so weird. Oh, wait a minute, I turned it off. There we go. No. I got it right. There we go. I forgot to switch doors. Okay, perfect. So, private bathrooms now. Private rooms, private bathrooms. Well, semi-private bath for Durgan. Private bath for Elf Wolf King. That is really crazy. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate the support. I hope you enjoy your fantastic little bathroom here with the dude who's got a sculpture staring at you while you shower. So we'll get all this built out. This will give us our cleaning setup. Now, power is starting to get to be a bit taxed in our colony here. We've got quite a bit of power draw going on, which does present some challenges because we only have a single treadmill going still. And why am I running at regular speed? I must have hit the wrong button. Quite a bit of power going, but only this one little manual generator. So our alternative is to set up a power grid using transformers so that we can distribute the power evenly around our colony. But I haven't built any of that out yet, naturally. And I'm not entirely sure where to locate the power generation. We can put it down bottom here. It's going to produce CO2. So if we put it down below, the CO2 will stay naturally down here. It'll be well placed for us to clean it up. But then that does give us some issues in terms of how we're going to spread the power around. I could put a transformer here and send up a branch. We might have to do like two transformers close by, but let's dig that out in here. This will be where we'll do our little power generation room. For now, anyway. It does present some issues because it's right below our farm, so we're going to need to insulate this to make sure it stays. We could use a abyssalite tile in order to prevent the heat from going through here, but I don't have any abyssalite, so we'll have to make do this way. It is going to produce hot gas, though. The CO2 is going to heat up. So I'm not entirely sure I want to do this near my farm. I have to give this some thought. But that's, at the moment, this is just kind of the space that we have access to. Best hotel ever. Need to turn off the door for everyone else. Yeah, it should be turned off for everyone else, I think. Oh, no, there we go. Thank you. Now we got it. Not that anyone can use these bathrooms just yet. They're not quite finished. Construction is still in progress. Default. There we go. Okay, now it's set up properly. Thanks for spotting that. So when they get all this finished up here, then we'll get a chance to finish building up these bathrooms. That'll be good. I kind of man, I really don't like. I don't like this placement. I want my power generation to be able to run like the full bottom of my colony, but these water pockets, even though they're really handy because there's lots of water here, kind of not the most conveniently placed relative to my uses. We'll have to make do, I think, for now, because I'm not really in a position to try to combine them together just yet. I could dig down here, so once we dig over, I could dig down here and build a reservoir to let this water settle, but then we'd have to rework our pump here also. This pump is initially just going to feed water up into our bathroom system, so maybe what I'll do is I'll wait till the bathroom system is full. We'll disconnect that piping so we keep that closed loop in the bathroom for the water flow, and then we won't need this pump anymore. We'll see what happens from there. Welcome to the Hotel California. I'd sing it, but my throat's just a disaster, so I won't. I'll save all of you because I can't hit any notes right now. Benjamin DuPont, $20 super chat. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that. No revolver in this game for you to take shots at people on top of Dusty Depot. That's right. That's right. Yeah, they sort of they nerfed that on me anyway. There's a severe drop off on the pistol now, so even if I'd hit somebody from that distance, it wouldn't have done anything good. Sand under them. Be careful. Underwear. Sand underwear. I must have missed something. I feel like you said something earlier and I missed it. Anyway. A little bit of sand under here, but that's not too bad. Okay, over in this space here, I kind of want to close off this battery room a little bit. Let's throw my Mechanized lock in here. Try and trap some of this heat in. Actually, if we make this a little bit bigger, I can probably put like a couple banks of batteries in here. We'll make this our big battery room. That should come in handy, hopefully. Do pumps have a max distance for the pump? No, they don't. I mean, in real life, obviously, they would. You can only pump a vertical column of water to a certain height before physics takes over, and you're just not able to because the hydrogen bonds or whatever that maintain the stack don't work. It's too heavy. But in this game, you can pump it as far as you want to. Fortunately. Can we build the... No, we can't build the fireman's pole yet. How's our research going here? Where's our fireman's pole? I want some of them. It's in the refined objects, so we gotta get into some of the refined stuff before we can do that. But I like giving them a fireman's pole so they can slide around. It's super cool. You said underwear. That's right, Psychotic. Under there. Underwear. Trying to dare you to use the sandbox feature. Nobody trying it out on YouTube yet. Oh, yeah. So, I'm kind of reluctant to activate it, mostly because I've heard it's pretty buggy. And I don't want to mess around with the game colony that we're building right now. Maybe what I'll do is, before we wrap up tonight, if you remind me as we're getting towards the end, we'll turn on the sandbox and we'll kind of take a look at what that's like. I'll save the game, that way we don't mess anything up, and then we can try out the sandbox and see what it looks like. Elfwolf King, $5 from Dante Picard. Thanks, Elfwolf King / Dante Picard. I appreciate the super chat and the support. You guys are crazy with the super chats lately. I appreciate that. I hear the power kind of kicking on and off. I'm not thrilled with that. Not thrilled at all. Oh, I got a cough. Hold on. Oh, I hate colds. I'm such a giant suck when I'm sick. Ooh, when? We're up to almost 27,000 kilocalories again. This can turn off of here. Let's turn this back onto Lice Loaf. Particularly since I never actually got to the point of cooking anything. Let's see if there is anything mush for either for them to cook. If there is, I don't want them to just eat the mush bar straight because they'll get diarrhea. Try to get our chef to work in there a little bit. Spend some time with the fryer. Jack Cantus, welcome to the stream. Jack, we're really missing a Jack in our colony. We don't have somebody cleaning up in here. I need you to put on that little French maid outfit and run around the colony again. Yeah, when the harvest comes in, we get a really nice boost. Which is pretty sweet. You need another Manny Jenny? Yeah, we could do that, but my only challenge is that I kind of want them to run around and do a lot of stuff. Now, if we look at the power grid here, our circuit status has a max of 720. So for all the things that I built in here, we're actually still well within the limit in terms of power consumption. We can balance this fairly well on a manual generator. Most of the time, the generator or the circuit's only pulling a couple hundred watts. Every now and then, it spikes up. You can see it really peak up here. Actually, it looks like it's peaking at 800, which is weird because it says max is 720, but I don't know. Nevertheless, we're doing okay with one manual generator. It would just mean once we start to get some more of this machinery going, that's when we're really going to need to make sure that we have. We need to make sure that we have more power in place at any rate. So I want to get rid of the buildings here because it just occurred to me. If I'm building this here, the water sieve produces a fair amount of heat, so we should probably try to insulate in here. And I really should probably try to insulate the ends of this place anyway, just to make sure that we've got everything kind of covered off. It's going to get warm in here, inevitably, because there's a fair amount of heat around the colony, but this will at least kind of contain the temperatures a little bit. You can see a little bit of the heat encroaching up here, a little bit over here. I want to put some more insulated tile under this. Again, I know the insulated tile consumes more resources than just basic tile does. Ooh, we have something that can dig that now. Sweet. But this at least will give us some intermediate insulation until we get to like abyssalite and stuff. Okay, so germ's not too bad. We have some gold up here I'd like to get my hands on for building some of our systems. I'm going to throw a ladder up in here. We'll dig this out so we can get to this gold that's in here because I really want to be able to use this to build the power generator if we can. Man, this is going to be all miners' work up there. Just going to double check the germs. Everything seems fine that way. Where did our shine bug go? Did I trap him in a floor or something? There was a shine bug inside here, but he seems to have vacated the building. Huh. I think I might have trapped a shine bug in the ceiling or something, because I don't see him here anywhere. He was flying around. That stinks. I tell you, keeping a hold of the shine bugs is a big problem in this game. Oh, Benjamin Dupont, $5 super chat. So when does the debate over whose fault it is when the ship crashed into the sea? Oh. Benjamin, thanks so much for the super chat and the support. Realistically, the debate never ends because nobody's going to admit to the fault there. It's really just going to be a whole lot of finger pointing. And realistically, the more we play that game, the more we're going to crash the ship anyway. So even if we did settle on who crashed it last time, there's going to be a next time. Guaranteed. Oh, there's our door. Choose a duplicant. Ooh, tiny, but he's a mouth breather with noodle arms. Man, that's terrible. Terrible. Narcoleptic, slow learner. I'm okay with that. Actually, their skill leveling goes up more slowly. What skill is tidy, actually? Can I close this and not reject them? Yeah, I can. Good. Right, let's pause this for a second. I'm going to take a look at the groundskeeper. Strength. So obviously we don't want noodle arms doing a tidying job. That would be pretty lame. So we don't want to do that. Let's choose duplicants again. We want somebody with decent strength. And that would be nobody. Noodle arms. This duplicant's arms have all the tensile strength of overcooked linguine. It sticks to the wall, but it won't pick anything up, which really sucks. I guess we'll go with... Boy. Interior decorator. Slow learner. I guess we'll take auto. And somebody did put in a super chat previously that I didn't get to. So this is going to be Harpreet Singh. It's going to be our duplicant here. Harpreet Singh. I don't know if he's here tonight, but welcome to the colony. That was the only one I had outstanding. So thank you very much again, Harpreet, for the super chat. I appreciate it. We're now up to 8 duplicants. I'm going to turn the gate off again because that takes up all of our beds and all of our tables at the moment. We'll disable this building. Good to go. They're rejects. Yeah, that was a rough batch of duplicants right there. I kind of feel like I should have just rejected them all and taken the next one, but that's okay. We'll make do. None of those guys are really awesome, but we'll make do. Hey, Summer. We brought in 1 duplicant anyway. Can't wait for the next Fortnite vid. I'll be streaming Fortnite tomorrow night, so it'll be Friday nights and Monday nights for now. Will be kind of the days that I'm trying to keep up with Fortnite. Okay, we need Harpreet to have a job because I didn't give it to him. So he's going to be our groundskeeper. Thank you for volunteering, Harpreet, even though you didn't know you were. He's only got a skill of 1 at it, but at least if he does a little bit of tidying. And then we're going to set his priority so his tidying as a priority. Tidy. Let's crank this all the way up. Andrew's an apprentice miner. I want to put his priority on mining. Which I guess would be digging, right? So we'll get him over here to dig. Thank you very much. Durgan, research. We want ranching for Spiffy. There we go. Perfect. Now that's it. No more dupes. Yeah, we're stuck at 8 for now. So that maxes out all our beds and everything. So I think we're in okay position at the moment. Again, we're still sitting okay for food, and oxygen's okay. We have tons of algae. I have 9.7 tons of it. I don't know how we ended up with so much, but it's still early. We're only cycle 27, so I'm sure we'll use that up if I don't change over my oxygen system to something else sooner. Excuse me, sooner rather than later. This bathroom is not getting finished. What is going on there? Oh, everything's switched back to a 5. Okay. So we're going to want to set these at priority 6, I think. Let's get all this work done for the bathroom. We need this. We're not even going to be able to reach in here, actually. I'm going to have to dig this out a little bit more. There we go. So we won't get all this insulated tile in here, I don't think. This needs to be dug out. That's got to be dug out. Don't seal him in the wall, whatever you guys do. He's jumping in there to try to get a little peek at the dirt that's out there. Jobs mastered. Who mastered their job? Ooh, nice. We can level up our miner. Let's go to the jobs, and we'll take our apprentice miner. We'll make them just a regular miner. That'll increase his ability to dig through different things, so that's coming in handy. I kind of want to level up. Actually, so we have Magnus as our general engineer, as our operator right now. I kind of want to send him through the gopher supply chain as well, so we can get him to the mechatronics engineer, so that we can do a little bit of automation and stuff when we get enough research done for that. Algae to feed the fishies, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I wonder if they increased it so you can feed the fish. I don't know. Critter farming is about to be key. Oh, yeah. Critter farming is really, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with it, too, which is really cool. I'd really love to know where that shine bug went. I bet you we blocked him in a little block and killed him off. That stinks. I don't see any meat sitting on the floor. Let's get some sweeping done in here for our fancy groundskeeper who's leaving this whole place a mess. I mean, not that it's hurting our decor too much, but it's not helping our decor, that's for sure. Speaking of decor, we need a little bit of artwork in the kitchen. Stress 15%. I'm surprised it's that high. And it's Durgan, no less. Durgan's just doing research, I thought. Why is her stress so high? Let's find Durgan on the map here. Go to her vitals. Durgan. She's grimy. She has a new friend. She has a nice bathroom. She's thrilled with her bathroom. Isn't that great? It doesn't work yet, but she's happy about it. I guess it's just because she's grimy. I don't know. She's working in decent decor and everything too, I think, for the most part. Not sure what the deal is there. $2 super chat, Nicholas McDermott. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support. Just named someone Spookus. Why Spookus? I was watching another guy and it was showing them keeping the skills when they change jobs, like being able to have a minor skill. That's right, yeah. So when you level up a particular skill, you can move them into something else, and they retain that skill. It's just a function of priorities, right? So if I go into the jobs in here, for example, I have Magnus currently set on high priority for doing operation type jobs, so he'll keep that skill set when we move him over. I mean, not that he really got a lot out of being an engineer. He got capable of performing operate jobs, and he gained some tinkering skills. So we can move him over to Gopher, for example, to level him up, so we can get into mechatronics engineer. It's just that then we won't have someone necessarily focused as a priority on operating the treadmill or whatever. You have no stress because you whistle while you work. That's what it is. How am I enjoying Frostpunk? That game's great. I really enjoy that game. I haven't played it much more yet this week, but the amount that I've played so far, it's been a ton of fun. Higher research tier, therefore need better food. Yeah, I guess that could be it. Well, actually, the stress just dropped way down. See, when they go to bed at night, they're sleeping in such nice conditions that they're just... see, look. Durgan's got her very own room up here, right? And actually, even though there's a dirty spot on the floor, she's got some nice decor benefits going on in here. So when they go to sleep at night, their stress drops way down, and it climbs. Now Spiffy's going up. Huh. But yeah, I mean, we are going to have to get some better food in here ultimately. If we can switch over to Bristleberry soon, that would be good. Oxygen is really strong. Some of it might be that we have people up here working. Actually, why, she's still building, actually, instead of doing research, because I don't have any research set. That could be part of the problem. She's like, I'm supposed to be the brains of the operation. You got me up here building things in, like, low oxygen environments. And she doesn't like that very much. So let's get some more research going so that we have her doing something that's a little bit more queued up for her skill set. What do I want next? Healthcare, gas pipe germ sensor, liquid pipe germ sensor. Those are cool. Got some smelting, liquid tuning. Improved ventilation might be nice because we have some atmos sensors and stuff in there. Fossil fuels, advanced power regulation would be good. Let's go that way, maybe. I don't really care so much about low resistance conductors at the moment. But like the heavy watt wire bridge and the power transformer, that's going to come in handy. And so will the power station control once we get some refined metals anyway. Gives a nice little boost to the power supply. You can whistle because you're off mining all day. Like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. We get the metal back from this wire. Oh, look at that. He's doing a good job cleaning up, actually. He's cleaned up the main bedroom area. He's working on more. Sorry, I gotta mute for a second. I'm dying over here. Whew, so much talking this week. It's killing me. All right. We're very nearly finished with the top part of the Hotel Ritz here, at least. It'd be nice when that's all done. This chlorine gas right here. So I want to get my hands on some of these Drecos and stuff. These Drecos, when you get ranching with those, you can actually start to like shear stuff off the back of them. So they start off with reed fiber on their back, but when you lay eggs, you can get different variations of them that will grow like plastic on the back, for example. And then you can shear plastics off them, and then you don't have to like go through all the trouble of refining plastics out of oil and stuff. So you know, they're pretty cool in terms of the opportunity there. What are they like? These guys, they specifically need to be in chlorine gas, these little Drecos, so it probably makes a lot of sense. Oh, we've got a weird mix of stuff over here. Polluted oxygen because of this little morb, which I don't really want. We can get rid of him. What do Drecos eat? That's a bomb lily. Chlorine Dreco, there we go. Oh, the Dreco eats a pinch of pepper plant. 0.1 kilograms per cycle. That's actually not very much, but that would mean we'd have to try to maintain a pinch of pepper plant harvest. What's wrong with this thing? Why is it not growing? It's not getting any phosphorite. What to do? I mean, I feel like we should start with hatches, but because they're kind of like a natural for producing eggs and everything. Let's build this up a little bit higher. I think I'm gonna build my starting ranch up here. We'll try and build a whole bunch of hatch space up here, and gradually we'll add in some other critters and stuff. Obviously, the Drecos are gonna have to go someplace different because they need chlorine. But we're gonna need to we'll have to oxygenate pretty much this whole upper level, I think. There's a lot of digging. That's gonna take a while to dig out. Just a little bit. That is a chlorine geyser, yeah, just up here. This is the chlorine geyser. You can see this one produces 424.5 grams per second at 60 degrees Celsius. It'll erupt for 117 seconds every 180 seconds, but we don't know what the active period is yet because we haven't actually done analysis on it. We have to send a scientist in to do that analysis in order to understand. Now look at all this pinch of pepper plant over here. Good times. So we're going to need a little bit more like farming facilities too. I think before we start to get the Drecos, because it's going to be too hard to feed them, unless we just run out here in the wild and find some stuff, then we might want to set up a farm for a pinch of pepper plant. It's going to take a little bit of work. I think it requires air pressure. It doesn't require any particular gases. It does require irrigation, and it requires phosphorite for fertilizer, which is all this stuff in here, all this fancy purple stuff. So it's going to be a little ways until we can actually do a lot with the Drecos. But we can start with hatches at least. Nightbot's always here, always watching. He's like Big Brother. Problems with the private bathrooms, only you can clean them. This is true. However, they tend not to get as germy as the outhouses do. Again, it's not really at a point where they're using it yet. Oh, you know what? I know why they're not running. We haven't gotten power yet down for our... Whoops. Oh, super derpy. We don't have any power down there yet for our fancy little... fancy little pump that we need. There we go. I think all the water piping's finished. Yeah, we finished all the water piping. It's all ready to go. If we can pump some water up into the system, it's ready to run. With only a couple of them using these bathrooms, this sieve won't run very often either. What mud skipper-like creatures, all you ask? Mud skipper. They were working on the art stream tonight, actually, at finishing out some of the artwork for the critters. I know they were redoing like the rock hatch to finish out that artwork. Oh, who's in the shower? Elf Wolf King. Okay, good. The door worked as expected. All right, Elf Wolf King's getting non-grimied, which will help. He's got soggy feet. That should go away with the shower. Nice. Nice. All right, he's all clean. That'll do good things for his stress level. Oh, Durkin's also the only one who can dig and build in here, so we'll keep her off research for a little bit so she can finish off the building in her own bathroom. It's kind of funny. Here, you want a fancy bathroom suite and everything? You've got to build it yourself. Sub your channel. I sub because your channel's cool. Plus, I just want some friends. Well, welcome, Yusuf. Thanks for making it up to the stream as well. This is such a good game. I get so much enjoyment out of playing Oxygen Not Included. I need to play some more Don't Starve. I haven't played that in ages. That's another game I really enjoy. Let's check our germ overlay and make sure we don't have any food poisoning germs hanging out in our colony. Actually, everything's looking really good. The germ level on the outhouses, as I said, you know, it's gonna be lower because there's fewer people using it, but then it also just seems to accumulate fewer germs. So in general, it's looking good. Durgan will have to sweep her own floor in the bathroom too, because only Durgan and Lauren actually have access to the bathroom. Okay, this water system's backing up now. So that's fine. We don't need this here anymore. I can go ahead and disconnect the or deconstruct the liquid pipe. That system will keep itself running pretty much indefinitely now, as long as we keep sand supplied into the water sieve. If this thing runs out, that'll be a problem. So I'll set that at a slightly higher priority. Get on here. They're starting to dig out the area for our little hatch ranch, which would be great. You literally said that earlier. Oh. I don't know, man. I miss things sometimes. Wait, are deaths from clay actually here? Nope, not that I'm aware of. As far as I know, they don't tend to visit my stream. Do I only have 2 oxygen generators? Just good airflow? That's right. Yep. Huge airflow. So I make a point of putting these little airflow tiles kind of all over the place, just to allow for easy movement of gases around the colony. But yeah, we just have 2 oxygen generators. It's enough to keep up with the duplicants. For the most part, I mean, obviously if we get a really big colony with a lot more duplicants in it, we'll need more. When I open this up to let the air kind of, the oxygen expand up into this upper space, and fill all this area in, then things are going to get a little dicey. We might need another one initially, but we'll see. It has a lot of room to expand in here. But even there's oxygen up here even. It's just not high concentration. I should probably just do that now. Open up the door. What? Only on a Thursday? I'm going to be streaming Oxygen Not Included twice a week going forward. So we're going to be streaming on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. I just felt like I wanted to play the game some more. We're not getting far enough into the colonies that I'm building before they get the next updates out all the time, so I feel like I'm never quite getting far enough. So this will help a little bit with that. As long as they cook the food, they'll not get food poisoning from the germy water. Yeah, so, but that's only if we're making mush bars. Lice loaf still requires water, but you don't actually cook the lice loaf. And I don't think there is an option to cook lice loaf in here either. No, so if you make lice loaf out of it, you've got an issue. If you make, like, mush bars or whatever, then it's not so bad. Generally, it's just better to avoid the germs. Hey, Tony, you're a little bit late. We started, I don't know, like 40 minutes ago. We finished, largely finished off the rooms up here for the master suites we put up at the top in the Ritz-Carlton of duplicate land. We have the water filtration going, so they have their own private bathrooms running. They have this disconnected now, so that's good. All the water's flowing as expected. Over time, this water will back up because the toilets produce more water than they consume. But with only 3 duplicants using the toilets, it's going to take a while. When it does back up, this overflow valve we set up here will allow the water to shift and just drain down here. Actually, it looks like we already had a little bit do that. There's a surprising amount of polluted water in here. Actually, considering we were just using a bottle emptier to fill that up, I'm actually surprised there's that much there. There must have been a fair amount of clean water we dumped in, maybe, that's converted. Research something. Well, I'm trying to get Durgan to finish her bathroom up here. She's got most of it dug out. Let's check the priorities here. This is all set for 6. Oh, no, only some of it's set at a 6. With this, I'll turn into a 6. Durgan and Lauren are the only people that can reach this bathroom because of the door settings, so we'll do that. And then we'll also have her sweep in here at a priority 6 so we can get rid of the negative decor effect. Whatever, just clean the whole room. Once she's finished up there, I'll set her on some more research. We still have a lot of work to do around trying to get some of our ranching stuff going here, so I'm not super... What is this? Fish release and fish feeder. I didn't realize they'd added those. Again, it makes sense because you have to be able to get the Paku. Release trap fish back into the world. Can be used multiple times. And then the fish feeder, naturally. That's really cool. Incubator's going to need refined metal, so we'll have to get that set up. We do have space up here. We could probably do some of that if we go into... actually, do we even have refinement researched yet? I don't think we do. Shearing Station. This is new. This is for shearing Drecos. If you haven't seen that, it's pretty cool. So they take the Dreco and they put it on the shearing station to get all the scales off their back. And that gives you either reed fiber or, depending on the variation, you might get plastics. Grooming station we're going to need. Farm station we'll need when we convert over to bristleberry, which I should do sooner rather than later. We're getting up to 41,000 kilocalories now. We could actually... No, I could actually even just build a second one, I guess. Temperature down here is not bad. So this wouldn't be a bad place to build it. I was going to do my power generation down here, but maybe I'll do the power generation up top in this space above the batteries. Keep the heat up towards the upper level of the colony instead of down near the plants. I think I like that idea better. This needs to be one layer lower. Because I want to have tons of space so we can put lights in the ceiling to be able to shine down on our bristleberries. It's going to be a pretty small bristleberry farm, though. Which means I got to move this water. I've sort of been delaying it, but I'm going to deal with it now. Whoops. Alright, we'll build a ladder down here, and we'll dig out a little bit of a reservoir. There's actually some oxalate down here, too. How long am I aiming for the video? Normally I stream Oxygen Not Included for about 2 hours. So I'll play until midnight Eastern time, and then we'll call it a wrap on the stream at that point. Let me cancel this. Actually, I kind of want to keep the water concentrated down here if I can. So maybe what I'll do is I'll build a little tile wall here. I'm gonna have to dig up that. Gotta dig up the muck root. Build a tile wall there. I'll try to get the water to drain down this way. We'll drain this water lower, and that'll open up more farm space, more room for a carbon dioxide sort of sinkhole here too. So we're not going to be pressing so much into the colony space with the CO2. I think I kind of like that idea anyway. And then we got our water to settle into a reservoir down below here that will have... I should probably tile it in even. If we set it in for insulated tile, that'll stop it from absorbing too much heat from the surrounding environment. Ooh, where's our germ level down here? Oh! Yeah, we don't want to muck with that. Let's not dig into that mess yet. Actually, for the amount of water here, I probably don't even need a reservoir this big. Let's maybe make it like this big. This will be our water reservoir. Cancel this. Dig out all this. Actually, I'm going to be careful. There's a lot of sand there. We'll dig out this stuff here. It'll give us some more algae too, actually. Don't need to dig out the oxalate. That's going to do a little breathing on its own. Cancel. Hello. McFly. There we go. Is this the latest patch? It is. So we're working out of the beta branch right now. So this is the Mark II update for the ranching upgrade. It comes out like next Thursday in the regular portion of the game. So if you're not really interested in playing the beta branch, but you play the game, you'll be able to play this next Thursday when it comes out in the regular part of the game. I think there's a little bit of germs up here. There is. Evil germs. Man, that's a lot of germs. Almost 1 million per tile. Kind of don't want to dig into that too much. Did I ever find out about the cold area below the colony? I looked at it when I was starting the game today, and it's not there anymore. So I think maybe it was just a weird display error kind of thing. Because like down here, I thought there was an ice biome or something, but it's not there. So, yeah, I guess maybe there was just like a little bit of a bug where it was displaying, or there might have been a vacuum it was seeing at some point. Oh, there's a ruin up there. Because the vacuums show up cold as well, because there's nothing in them. Hey, Hvac Tub, welcome. You meant to use experimental after they broke abyssalite and stuff. Did they break? Oh, you mean in terms of it releasing, like absorbing and releasing heat? Yeah. They didn't really so much break it as they made it so that it's not quite the all-powerful insulator anymore. You need like multiple layers of it now because it'll actually take on heat properties. So you can see all this stuff is hot now. And if you take this abyssalite and build something with it down here, it'll release the heat that it's holding into the environment. Which is a little weird. Is Cryptic Canadian? Yes, he is. I live in Southern Ontario. 23, so you have no right to actually say this, but dabbing makes you feel old. Well, I'm 41, so I make a point of never dabbing. Just gonna say. Job's mastered. Who mastered their job? Sous chef. Nice. We can get another fancy chef level. You know what? I'm probably not going to move her up just yet, because that's going to increase... She'll go up to the cook level, but it'll also increase her food requirement to +2 tiers and decor to +50, which will just add to the stress in the colony. And I'm not really cooking anything fantastic anyway, so there's not really any point to move them up just yet. A plumber. What does the plumber do? Allows you to empty pipes without leaking water everywhere. Oh, that's handy. That's new and cool. Groundskeeper used to be like a dead-end job. Like when you put someone in as a groundskeeper, that was it. They could sweep floors and stuff, and they couldn't do anything else. Alright, I need a throat lozenge. I apologize if you hear any, like, crunching or sucking noises or whatever. I have to pop some throat lozenges or my voice isn't going to last out the stream. How are you this far? Just got to cycle 30 and you have yet to get a plumbing system. I think it's just about prioritizing. I mean, I don't use a ton of plumbing. This is a relatively simple setup I have going right now. In that I just have... I pumped up some water up top here and I'm just using it to manage the bathrooms. But it's just about prioritizing moving through research, I think. So you can unlock stuff in a relatively quick pace. And choosing someone that has a good research skill early on helps. Like this, they're not building the ladder, so they're not finishing the insulation over here. This room's almost done. Almost done sweeping, too. Just if they would just finish that, I want to get more research done. Yeah, I like that upgraded groundskeeper, because often, I've done it plenty of times where you break the pipes and you end up with water everywhere. Not my favorite thing, I'm not going to lie. But now that we actually have a plumber, that's actually really cool. I like that a lot. Build more insulated tile in here. I hear a weird noise. Did we stumble on another geyser? Oh, that's weird. Maybe it's all in my head. I thought I heard another geyser. The funny thing with the geysers now, too, is they can be buried. So, like, if you take a look at your heat overlay, there's one right there. There's a geyser sitting right here. You can tell because there's a layer of neutronium that's nice and cold. That might have actually been the little... No, there's the cold we spotted before. It just got covered up by the shadow again for some reason. Okay, so there is a cold biome down here. That's cool. And right here is another geyser of some sort. It's sitting on top of this neutronium. We won't know what it is until we dig it up, and then obviously we'll only have limited information once we do dig it up. But that's cool. It's nice to know there's another geyser nearby. I'm actually going to outline that just so I remember it's there. Here's the neutronium. We're going to throw a little outline on this. Alright, so now I'll remember it's there. If I glance down there, I'll be like, hey, what are these lines about? And I'll go, oh yeah, there's a geyser down there. They can't build it, obviously, because they can't reach it, but... $2 super chat, Benjamin DuPont. Were you a fan of Age of Empires? I did play it ages ago. Pun intended. But I don't know if I would say I was a huge fan of it. Mostly because I never really got into playing it a lot. Not entirely sure why, because it's a good game and it's kind of right up my alley in terms of the type of stuff I enjoy. For whatever reason, I just didn't play it a lot. I probably should check it out. I think there's another one that's coming out soon, like, or did it already come out? Age of Empires 6, I think it was. Oh, they're so close to being done. Finish the bathroom. This one needs cleaning too. You know what? I should probably open the door. Except, if I open the door, then someone else will use your bathroom. Paid for privacy, my friend. Consequently, you have a mess on the floor. Can you play squads with subs on Friday? Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to. I'm either going to play solos, or if I can rope Kazi into it, I want to play some more duos with him. You know, I haven't had a chance to play nearly as much as we were before. I've actually noticed with the proliferation of the internet and media in general, the Canadian accent seems to have gone away. Yeah, it really depends. It depends on the words that I say, but the funny thing too is that I also work for a company that's based in the U.S. Our head office is in the U.S., and I spent a lot of time dealing with U.S. customers, so I think for a while, like, that has helped. That's kind of altered my accent as well, but I've also lived across a number of different provinces in Canada, so it's not like I have a specific regional dialect kind of thing where I've got that accent from a given area. So, yeah. Sometimes people don't notice until I say certain things like out and about in a boat. Or we get talking about, like, beavers riding moose wearing a Mountie outfit with bacon in one hand, maple syrup in the other, and a case of beer on the back. There's a visual image for you. I need to get that on a t-shirt. That would be amazing. There's no fox in that picture, but still, I think that would be funny. Okay, let's get a room started over here so we can actually get our ranch underway, because I feel like we're almost an hour into the stream and I haven't even started the ranch. We're going to need a critter drop-off, because we're going to start off with hatches here initially. We're also going to need a critter feeder, which can go here. The incubator, we don't have enough refined materials for yet, but that's okay, because I think I want to do incubation in a different area. Someplace that I don't have to worry too much about the heat. Because the incubator does really crank up the heat. So for the critters, we're first going to catch hatches. No, not everybody. Get that, uncheck that. Come on. There we go. Bagged hatch is what we're going to start with. I'd like to get some paku, too. The trouble is, I don't know that there's any real use for paku except for eating them. Because if you look at their overlay, I mean, they don't do anything. They produce polluted dirt, which I guess if you were running low on dirt, now you've got something that actually produces dirt, so you've got a mechanism there as long as you're willing to clean it. You can put the polluted dirt. Well, no, once it's polluted, you can't really clean it. I mean, I think even if you heat it up, it doesn't. But you can put the polluted dirt and get fertilizer, but that's not really a priority for me. Anyway, they also eat algae, which isn't great. So, but if you feed the paku and you get them nice and happy, I don't think they need grooming because they're in the water. You can get them to multiply, and you have a 96% chance of getting a paku egg, a 2% chance of getting a tropical paku egg, and a 2% chance of getting a gulpfish egg. Which is cool. I really want to play with those. We need to catch one. We're going to need a paku. That's it. The paku must be mine. But we need a fish tank. Actually, he's in polluted water here. There's no germs over here. I might be able to put... Huh. If I could put a little... Work with me here for a second, game. Come on. Sorry, I'm thinking, and sometimes it makes my brain hurt. If I could put a little airlock kind of thing in here, we can go out into this space. We'll have to dig through some slime and stuff, which will release some germs, which I'm not thrilled about. There's a lot of polluted oxygen in here, but we can clean that. And then we can start to deal with some paku out here. We can get them to multiply in their own little water here. That way we don't have to worry about moving them so much. I think that was probably a good way to go. And then we can use them as a food crop. I'm going to uproot... actually, I don't even know what happens if I destroy this with it in it. So I'm going to uproot it first, just to be sure. I want to get the seed back. New pets and baby pets. That's right. Plants have died. Oh, duh. Duh. I thought I did something wrong there, but nope. I am so smart. SMRT. Need SMART. Not disable building. I want to deconstruct. There we go. Okay, like so. This will be our little CO2 trap in here. Because we're going to end up with clean air on this side once we clean it. This polluted oxygen is going to get all funktacular. We dig out all this. I think we have CO2 there already. Yeah, we do, because that'll settle nicely into our little lock. And then we have the perfect airlock there. Dig this out, too. Where's our germs? Fair amount of germs there. Let's throw some more insulation in here. Alright, this garden actually is going to have to go. I can't keep this here. I need a cleaning station. I can put some other stuff in here that would be useful. We're almost finished down here, so let's just take care of this quickly. I'm going to do a little staggering of tiles so we can reach in here and dig some of this stuff out. Dig all that out. Our water tank's almost done, which is good. So I'm just thinking that hurts my head a bit. Yeah, that's right, Kit the Cat. Thinking makes my brain hurt. IR smart and all that. My summer car. A lot of people ask for my summer car. I really should play that game. When's my next Fortnite stream? It's tomorrow night. So for anyone who follows the channel, if you're not aware, on the channel homepage, there's now a tab called Community. If you click on the Community tab, it's almost like a social media kind of thing in there now. So you can, it's almost like having Twitter built into YouTube, where I can leave messages and notifications. I can post pictures and little video clips and that kind of stuff. So if you take a look in there, I've been putting the schedule for. Ooh, let's move all the way up to smart storage. Oh man, that's a lot of stuff. All right, whatever. You know what? Let's go all the way up to solid transport. We'll just do this whole research line. So if you check the community tab, I put the schedule for this week example in for I can't talk. I put the schedule in there for streaming this week, for example. I'm doing some other stuff in there. I posted like a little clip that I'd also put on Twitter and that kind of thing. If you can get familiar with that community tab, check in there periodically and look for stuff. It's kind of a nice little place that I can communicate with you outside of producing videos, which is nice. It gives just another way that I can interact. We have a little bit of polluted oxygen that came through here because this CO2 seal did not seal properly. Huh, that's not great. Alright, let's throw a little air freshener in here. Do a little deodorizer here. We'll do deodorizer here. Get to work, my dudes. I want to get this cleaned up quickly. I don't want this polluted air floating everywhere. Making everything stinky. In your opinion, Frostpunk deserves the $30 price tag. Yeah, it's a good game. I really enjoy it. I've decided I'm gonna stream Frostpunk on Saturday. Spent a couple hours playing that game. I really enjoy it. There's just something about the whole style of it. I mean, I like colony building games to begin with, but the style of that whole like steampunk kind of thing with the I don't know, it's just neat. I like it. I like it a lot. Jack and you played squads with Causing Cryptic one night when they first got into the game. Yeah, you guys should play with us again, actually. It'd be good to do another squad with some mods from the channel. All right, what are we gonna feed our hatches? Holy cow! Look at. So they have all the babies listed here. Smooth hatchlings, because they eat something. They have limited stuff they eat. What's our resource look like? I think we should probably have lots of sandstone. 92 tons of sandstone. I think we're probably fine to feed them some sandstone. So let's go with, we're going to feed hatches and hatchlings. No, not stone hatchlings. We're just regular hatchlings. Good lord. Alright, so hatchlings, we're going to feed them sandstone. And actually, we can leave clay in there too. I don't think we have any, but if we do, we want that. And then where's our hatch? There's our hatch down here. Until we get another hatch type in here. We can also feed them clay and... Oops, come on, mark it. There we go. Clay and sandstone. Okay, so now our hatches and our hatchlings will eat from that. I'm going to find them, actually. They're somewhere scattered around the colony. I know we have some. There we go. There's one there. So, Idlewild, happy. Okay, so if they lay an egg, there's a 96% chance of just being a hatchling. A 2% chance of being a stone hatchling, or 2% of a sage hatchling. Wow. And then I think once you get one of the type, then when it lays its eggs, it's always that type of egg, I think. I'm going to have to double check. But let's wrangle this dude. Wrangle him. Her, it, thing, whatever it is. We had another one around here somewhere, too. This one here, we'll wrangle this one. Where else? There's another one here. Let's wrangle this one. So that gives us 3 to start with. That's pretty good. Like the dupe let out a big fart. I don't think we have any gassy dupes. I'm pretty sure I didn't take any flatulence. We finished the research, man. Oh, brute force. That's what we got. All right, so we got brute force refinement. Let's build one of those. Ooh, power. Power. I've been neglecting just the basics here at the moment because I've kind of been focused on doing other things. We have this exposed to slime lung, but as long as we have some oxygen here, it shouldn't be too bad. Or if I... Oh, there's another hatch. Wrangle that one, too. I have this set for hatches, so that's good. This is set for food. Let's get that cranked up to a 6. Not really cranking it up, I guess, but increased. Throw a little airflow tile in here so we can get air pressure. Wow, look at that air. All that from just 2 of these little algae oxidizers. I swear they must have increased the production of oxygen. That is a lot of air for 2 of these things. Maybe oxygen really is included now. Have a good night, Dante. Thanks for coming out. Don't think they produce eggs if the ranch contains more than 8 critters. Well, okay, so the way it works is the amount of space that you have impacts their happiness. So they get a debuff that says that they're crowded. If we look in the room overlay for the stable, 96 tiles is the maximum size. Minimum size of 12 tiles. So to get 96 by 4, we want a bunch. Brain won't work. Is that 19? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I even just highlight this and have it tell me how many tiles it is? That would be great. Nope, it's not going to tell me. Arrgh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 or so. So somewhere over here is where I want to build that wall. Totally looked away, so I don't remember where it was, but whatever. We'll guess. Okay, so this is where we build the little barrier, and then we're going to need a little grooming station here too. Which I think is under food? No, where's the grooming station? Wait, let me guess. It's under stations. Haha, imagine that. I am so smart. SMRT. Okay. Grooming station. Why didn't it build? There we go. Okay, so this will officially make this a ranch in here when we get it closed in. And depending on the number of hatches you have, or the number of critters you have in a given space, they'll decide whether they're crowded or not. If they're crowded, it impacts their ability to be happy. If you want them to lay eggs, you have to get their happiness level up. So, kind of a lot of work there. Did he just put polluted dirt in the research station? Am I wrong, or did they just pick up polluted dirt and put it in the research station? If so, that's amazing. Huh. I hope that's the case. That's really cool. So sometimes you wish there was an architect mode. Well, there is actually. There's a sandbox mode. We'll take a look at that afterwards. Or alternatively, the debug mode. So with sandbox, I think you can just kind of play and build. You can pick stuff and paint. How are we doing over here? I think our... Okay, good. We have our CO2 plug in here now, which is good. Regardless of how much gas pressure builds up on this side of our airlock now, it'll no longer be able to pass through here. So we have a good airlock seal. Our duplicates now run through there. They won't have to worry about getting soggy feet. I do see some polluted air up here, so we're going to throw another little air freshener up here. Probably coming from our composting and stuff. Durgan, not only did I not kill you, but your room's finished. Well, almost. You've got a couple little tiles here you got to finish off on your own, because there's only 2 of you that have access to your bathroom. But this is your room. Fancy, isn't it? What's going on here? Why is there a debuff there? Outside of stable. Oh, the stable's not... Are you kidding? You just jumped over the door. Sneaky little hatches. All right, hold on. Priority. Let's get that finished. Maybe I'll put the incubator in this space over here. In which case, I don't really want this to be a pneumatic door, but maybe it's one that actually traps heat in. Oh, that was close. We almost caught one in there. Did it finish the room? Ah, there we go. Now we have a stable. Actually, there's wasted space here. I'm going to fill that in. And then we could probably move the door over one space, but that's okay. This room is currently... Oh, 71 tiles. Man, did I miscount. I don't know how to count. It's a beautiful master bedroom with bathroom. That's right. You're living in the Ritz now. I was going to put a massage table down here, but we haven't needed it yet, so I haven't bothered building it. You're the only one that's got any stress. You're at like 6 or 7%. And you're busy doing research right now to get us up through some of these fancy automation trees and stuff. Our decor in general in the colony is looking really strong. So every time the duplicants go to sleep at night, you can see that stress just go like right down to nothing again practically. Which is good. That's what we want. I'm back, hatches! Been a week since you catch the stream. Welcome, Dan, with a plan. Here in time for the last half of the stream. We just started our hatch ranch up here, which is good. Over here is where I'm planning to do some power generation, so I really should get on top of that. Let's seal this in. If I do one more floor there, then I'm going to do another layer of batteries and do another roof in here. Like so. We'll dig this out. Not that. Throw some more insulation over here. I want to tile this in, ideally, because... Why can't I build there? Oh, there's a plant. This here has a lot of slime lung germs, so I got to be careful of that a little bit. There's some polluted oxygen here, so I don't have to worry about that spreading, but I really don't want to get into a case where we have too much of an issue there. Some more gold here we can snag. Gold. Precious gold. Super stressful having to research fancy things and build them for yourself. Well, it's only in your bedroom, though. Like, that's the only place you had to worry about building. Make sure our water, everything's flowing fine. Yeah, this still hasn't really backed up too much. Well, it might have. Now that I say that, it might have and already gone down through the overflow. But this reservoir is not filling up too much because there's not really a whole lot of overflow. It's pretty good. Oh, and we got the Paku over here, so we gotta get this finished too. Let's do a ladder down into here. Is that Jeremy? It is. Of course, it's Jeremy. Why wouldn't it not be Jeremy? Okay, we'll do this so we can do a ladder straight down into the Paku tank, and hopefully they're not violent. I mean, he looks like he's happy. He's wild. What do I need to do to turn this into like a fish tank that I control? Do I need a grooming station? Do you groom fish? Is that how that works? Am I gonna have to pick the Paku up out of the water and give it a nice brushing because it scales and need a little attention? What geyser have I found? I have 2. So up here at the top we have a Chlorine Geyser. The second geyser is down here. I have it outlined, but we haven't dug down to it yet, so I don't know what it is because it's buried. It's a mystery. Hopefully it's not like a molten lava one, because those are tough to deal with. Oh, we also found a cold biome down here, just peeking in this corner right here. And now that we're down at this lower area, I could actually dig all the way through here because I don't have to worry about germs. Ooh, if we dig all the way over here... I could build a Paku farm. Pinch of pepper plant. What does it need? Pressure and temperature, pretty much. So if I can build into this space over here, we might be able to build our own little pinch of pepper farm, coupled with a farm for our Drecos down in this lower area and let that heat up. Because that's really my only concern, is the heat so much. This hatch here needs to be wrangled. This is all filled up, so that's good. They're fed. How are we doing here in terms of happiness? Wildness, 41%, 44%, 39%. Okay. I'm really curious to see whether this Paku fish will be domesticated just by feeding it. Fish feeder. Automatically dispenses stored food into the area below. Oh, okay, so it doesn't even sit in the water. That's amazing. How does it drop out, I wonder? It only dispenses one... Oh! Oh, that's cool! Look at that! Okay, that might be one of my new favorite toys right there. That's really cool looking. I gather I don't need this to sit on a surface. That's really cool. I love this game. Dig up the germy stuff, but let it drop in the water. The water should kill off slime lung. Let's show that down with the plan. We did dig up some of it. There was a little bit right here that we dug up and let fall down here. So you can see our germ overlay. The germs are there, but you can see that they are dying off. Sort of. Yeah, they are dying off. It takes a long time now. The germs don't decline nearly as much as they used to. I should dig this out here. We'll keep it from being like right overhead if we can. This one here I shouldn't dig out because I've already got a floor under it. Well, too late. Algae. How germy is that algae? Ooh, it's not. Yay! Sweet. Okay, good. So I got some extra algae I can pick up there, and it didn't have all the germs on it. Sweet. What did Hvac eat? Hvac eat algae. So, kind of a problem. We have 8.7 tons of algae. It only dispenses once per day, and there's only one Hvac in here, so that's not too bad. But I wonder, what's it going to take for this to turn into a stable? It's a ranch station. But does this qualify as a ranch station, I wonder? Food. Fish feeder. Automatically dispenses stored food. Whoops. Storage capacity 2,000. Build this feeder above a body of water to feed the fish within. Dispenses once per day. I can't tell if that's a ranch station or not. I mean, I guess the ranch station might actually have to be the grooming station. This building is a necessary component for the stable room. So technically, I guess if we build one out here, it will turn that into a stable. Because this guy's wild. I don't know if he'll start to become non-wild just by feeding him. At 0 wildness, critter can start gaining happiness, but they'll also require more calories to survive. Change per cycle 5% wild. Alright. This will be my first time experimenting with the fish, so we'll see how this goes down. This is a Hvac we're going to feed. He needs algae. We'll keep this at a 6, so it keeps stored up. Should be okay. There's only one fish in there, so it's not going to eat too much. I found a liquid gold geyser near your last colony. Free refined metal, but yeah, that'd be really hot. You can pump the chlorine in that Hvac room to get rid of the germs. We could, but we don't really need to so much. There's no real airborne germs in here. This space is actually fine. We cleaned it up so we have actual clean, breathable air up top. This polluted water should continue to let off polluted air, but it'll continue to get cleaned. So this space in here will stay relatively germ-free. The surface edges around the outside don't really get affected by chlorine a whole lot anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. We should have no real issues. This is temp art, obviously, you can see, because it's got just like red and white. Why are you down there? Oh, he's building. How's his germ level? Looks like he's gonna sneeze. Oh, nope. At least Magnus decided to come out of the water before he took a nap. Alright, he's got no real germs. He's fine. Sweet. These hatches are doing well up here. Let's try and build... we need a metal refiner thingy-majiggy. We'll use the rock granulator for now because I don't have something else, really. This is going to produce a fair amount of heat. For the most part, I've been trapping heat kind of up in this area over here, so maybe I'll build it on this side. Dig all this out. We need to dig this out anyway because I'm going to do my power generation up here. So it'll be nice and close to the power generator, I guess. You've watched vids of the new update, but there's so much info you forget most of it. I know, right? There was a lot in this update. So when you start talking about critters and things, all the different variations of critters and all that kind of stuff, you also need to put up a door to fully close. Oh, that's true, yeah. We'll need that too. Sorry, I got a cough again. You're absolutely right. We have to close this space in. We can actually do that just by using a pneumatic door right here. And then we'll open the door once they build it. So we'll still have our normal fancy... Actually, I don't know how this will work. Does the water count as the space? I've never done this yet. This is our first time playing with the Hvac. Open that up. It qualifies as a room now. Room size 93 tiles. What's our max for the stable? 96. Okay, so it's within range of that, and it looks like it does count the water in the tile count. So that's good to know. So if I build a grooming station here, theoretically, this should turn into a stable, and then we should be able to tame the fish a little bit quicker. But it's kind of weird because I don't think you're actually going to be grooming the fish. So we'll see what happens anyway. Oh, he's still building down there. Probably shouldn't have even had him do that. That's kind of a waste of materials, but whatever. It's done. What's done is done. How much food do we have in this? Fish feeder. Oh, it's full. That's good. I want to see this thing work, but I don't think it has an animation yet because it's just temp art. Just put pneumatic door down on the carbon airlock and leave it open. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. We have stinky air up here. I need another air freshener. We let a whole bunch of polluted oxygen in when we dealt with some stuff to kind of build this opening to get to the Paku. Nice. That's now a stable, and it does definitely count the water. So we got our own fish tank. Haha, pet fish. So we got pet hatches. We have pet fish. I'd really like to get some pet Dreco, but I think I'm going to deal with those down bottom here. It's going to take a lot of digging to get to that, so that's not my #1 priority. First of all, let's just we'll throw a mechanical airlock in here because I'm going to want to get through there afterwards. That will seal that off. Oh, actually, I might have to dig this out first. We'll dig that. This space in here is nice sized, so actually there's a bunch of seeds down here too. We should sweep this up as a priority. Give me all that junk so it doesn't go to waste. I think it's stored up here. Rock granulator's done. Let's deconstruct this. I want to build some power generation. I'm only going to build one for now, though, because we're going to use the power control station, which amps up the power supply. So I'll set that over there. Just got to be careful of how much CO2 we end up grabbing in here. It's going to get really full. How's our oxygen? Ooh, oxygen's actually good. I could do a CO2 airlock in here and let an infinite amount of CO2 build up inside here. The trouble is every time they go in to refill the coal generator, they'll get popped eardrums. But we can deal with that at a later time. So if we go like that, that'll give us a little power generation room. Obviously, we'll need a pneumatic door in there again also because we want to create a specific room for this. This ladder is going to go away, so don't worry about that. We can close that in. Build a tile there. Sweet. Everything's going good so far. I'm actually kind of happy with how the colony is progressing. Sorry, I just finished recording. Hey, Yusuf. How do you get a pet Dreco? Need pet Dreco in your suite. Well, the pet Dreco, we could put one in there. We could wrangle one and stick it in there, I guess. What kind of decor do they radiate? Wow, only 2% for the Glosso Drecklet egg. Or sorry, Glossy Drecklet egg. Right, whatever. They eat pigeon pepper nuts, so he won't become happy. He'll never really be tame. He'll just kind of be wandering around in there. They do give a +10 decor, though, which is impressive, considering they're not... The Drecos aren't necessarily that cute relative to some of the other critters. Is the Sandbox Mode with that update? Yeah, there is a Sandbox Mode. Toward the end of the stream, before we wrap up tonight, I'm going to save the game, and we'll switch into Sandbox Mode so we can check that out and see what it's like. I haven't played with the Sandbox Mode at all. I played with Debug a bit for doing tutorials and that kind of stuff, because it's just easier and quicker to build things out. But, Debug, I haven't tried yet. Okay, so his wildness is going down now. When it gets right down, we'll have this guy tamed, so that's good. Nice. Excellent. I want a whole bunch of Paku down there. A little grooming going up here. Spiffy doing all the hard work. This is going to be our incubator room in here. But I need to refine metal for that yet. Actually, this up here, let's deconstruct that. And instead, we'll use heavy watt joint plate in there. Because with that door in there, I can't send the wire through it. Private CrypticFox, you finally managed to accomplish what you wanted in one stream without killing off dupes or running into major problems. Well, now that you said it, everything's gonna fall right off the rails. I think, you know, honestly, I think part of it is because they seem to have increased the supply of algae. I mean, we had a lot. We've been using algae steady since the start of this colony. We're still at 6 tons of it. So that's pretty good. Yeah, they're entertaining to watch. That might be it. The Dracos actually will go on the ceiling and everything. See, look, they like climb up the walls and stuff. They are really cute. This is almost done down here. Still, still a tiny bit left to go. Open this up. Let's dig into here. This will be drain number 1. So we'll get rid of the water that's here, and then I'll probably just I'll drain this one down here right after. There's not much point in keeping it up here. Glorious water. Oh, I know why I was delaying. I had them sweeping. Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. They'll be fine. No worries. That sounded like low power. Everything's progressing well there. That's good. Oh, it's not low power. It's just them doing work. Work. It's just the work. I'm going to use this area in here as a place that our duplicants don't really go very often to do my power generation system. So we're going to produce power on this side, but obviously we're going to need multiple power grids in order to distribute power throughout our colony without negatively impacting decor. Because if we use heavy watt wire through the whole thing, that'll just be a hot mess. So I'm going to create a couple of transformers here we can use to separate our grid. We'll put one transformer here, I guess, to feed the right-hand grid. And then I'll create a separate left-hand grid over here, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. It's going to be a little bit of a weird setup for the power supply. But I'm going to try and do power on this side and power on this side to split off the grid so we don't overload things. And I'll run the rock granulator directly off of the main power line so that we're not tapping too much power out there. Thanks, Arona. Hey, CrypticFox. I'm a new sub. Been watching your vids all week. Happy to be able to catch a live stream. Well, welcome to the stream. We got about another 40 minutes or so left in the stream before I call it a wrap for tonight, so good timing. You still get a chance to see some stuff. We're in the process now of setting up our power system. We have our ranch underway. We have hatches up here that we're working on taming. We have the new pacu fish down here that we're working on taming, and hopefully we can get some eggs and multiplication of fish going on down there. I'm going to eventually try and catch the Draco that are down here and build a farm for some pinch of pepper plants in order to feed them in this lower quadrant of the colony. I'm moving water here at the moment so we can open this up and build a proper farm for bristleberries. Actually, man, that's a lot of water that one little area had. I was not expecting quite that much. I hope this is all going to fit. We shall see. So far, the colonies are going pretty well. No real beefs, I don't think. I don't want to do. Why can't I cancel that dig? There we go. Get that taken care of. Need an ensuite mini fridge. Mini fridge. Well, once we get power set up, I can worry about fridges. I've been using CO2 to keep the food from spoiling down here, but this is really poor placement because if you consider we're producing the food up here, and they're eating the food up here, and yet we're storing it way down here. That's just not ideal. So I actually want to build a fridge in here. And when we get a power supply system going, I'll definitely make use of the fridge. Which is going to be funny, because I almost never use them. 50k subs. Did we hit that? 49,970. 983. Where are we sitting right now? Ooh, we're so close. 49,985 subscribers. I'm 15 subscribers away from hitting 50,000. That is crazy. Crazy. I can't get over that. 15 subscribers from 50,000. That's funny. When I started out and I was working on the channel initially, it's really slow going when you start. So, you're really celebrating like every one subscriber kind of thing. You're suddenly... canceling does seem to be a little bit bugged, yeah. Suddenly you're at like 100 and you're like, oh, you know what it is? I hit cancel, but it was set on buildings. I need it set on all. Suddenly you're at 100 and you're like, man, 100 subscribers. That's crazy. And now we're approaching 50,000. Like, that's mind-blowing. It's taken a while, but it's been a lot of fun. This is a really good hobby. I enjoy hanging out with all of you and playing games, doing a little bit of bit of fun and building, a little bit of chatting while I'm playing, so I'm not just talking to myself all day long. Benjamin DeBond, $2 super chat. No keg. How will the dupes party? Oh, no. Good question, Benjamin. I don't know. I wish they had a keg. There's no kegger in here. We could build a fridge, but I guess it could be like our beer fridge. In our food, here's our refrigerator. I built 2 for now, but I'm probably only going to plug in one of them. Research complete. Another tier done. So much research. Yeah, I probably will hit 50k tonight or tomorrow. Well, it's pretty close right now. It's almost midnight, so I don't know if they'll get it necessarily tonight, but as it rolls into the next day, maybe. Hi, Blitz. Just got here. I love your vids. Wish you would play more. Hi, Henrietta. I'm actually not Blitz. I'm CrypticFox, but welcome. Blitz does play this game as well, though, so that's not, I'm not necessarily surprised that you might make that call. Okay, let's build a ladder up top here, so that I can get rid of the ladder that's here. I still want to be able to go over here and get gold and stuff, so I don't necessarily want to seal that off entirely. But once this is built, I can destroy this. Eventually, we're going to have this set up with some automation so that it will feed the coal into the machine automatically, and our duplicants won't have to go in there. But that'll be okay, because that'll save them time, but then they'll also avoid the popped eardrums effect. Because I'm intending to leave the CO2 in this room and just let it build infinitely. We're never going to deal with the CO2 in there. It's just going to be, that's where it goes, that's where it stays, no problem. Next plant, hops and barley. Oh my gosh. That would be amazing if they had that. If you could make your duplicants brew alcohol, oh my gosh. I'm not going to connect this just yet because I don't want to draw the power until we have our power systems running. Can you imagine? Like brewing your own alcohol? Pinch of pepper beer. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Somebody should totally go onto the Clay forum and recommend that. Let them make pinch of pepper beer. I feel like they should be all for that. This has got to go. We'll do another ladder. Man, there's a lot of water in here. There's a little bit more than I anticipated. We have a good supply of water in our colony. I do want to seal this off again because we have a bad habit of letting our duplicants pee in the water. And that's probably not what we want them to do exactly. But first of all, we're going to put a bottle emptier up here. This one needs to go. We can deconstruct this so I don't accidentally empty up there because that would be not so good. Oh, there's hatches there. Wrangle. I want to see what the maximum number of hatches we can have in this little room is. I think somebody mentioned it before. It might be like 8, but it does depend on the size of the room. Ooh, they're happy. They're happy. These guys are tamed and happy. They're going to start laying eggs soon. I probably should put a storage thing in here for the eggs, actually. I don't know how long it takes the eggs to boil, though. Smart storage compactor. Stores researches of your choosing. Is that new? Did they have a smart storage compactor before? I don't remember seeing that. Pardon me. Sorry I didn't get that muted in time. Should raise dupe's internal temperature. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It would be amazing if it had like inebriated duplicants stumbling around your colony, and if you give them too much, then they get sick and throw up. The stuff you could do with alcohol in this game would just be like, decreases efficiency? Yeah, that'd be great. Oh my gosh. It would just be like, it'd like be pure waste or whatever, but it would just be so novel. Okay, this room is really, really poor for decor up here. I should probably do something about that. Yeah, terrible decor. Sorry. Losing my voice. Like gambuses. Throw some in here, over there, over there. They've had automated storage for a while now. Oh, okay. Maybe I just haven't used it yet. That might be the issue. Fermented bug guts. Oh, so gross. Won't need a food box for the storage eggs. You can actually put them in a normal storage compactor, I think. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should check. You might be right. What I should do is I'll make it a refrigerator so they can make sure they don't spoil. So we'll cancel that build. We'll go food. We'll throw a refrigerator right here instead. This one here, we want it to have all the edible stuff, but in terms of cooking ingredients, we don't want it to have eggs in it. Pinch of pepper nuts are fine. We'll keep all the eggs out. So yeah, I guess because this has eggs for the fridge, we probably can't put eggs in a normal storage container. No, we can't. Thimbleweed seeds, let's put those. Organic. Rot pile, nope. Slime, nope. Polluted dirt, nope. Alright, where do we have rot piles? Huh. I don't know, must be outside the colony, because I don't see any rot hanging out in here, stinking the place up. That's okay, though. 8 subs away. Wow, 8 subs from 50,000. So crazy. If you highlight the egg variations, it will tell you how to increase the odds so they aren't stuck at 2%. Oh, really? Well, that's good. Overcrowded. Glum. They're not happy. We've got too many hatches in here already. How many have we got? Oh, look, they got little things in their legs now when you tame them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hatches in there, and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 hatches and they're crowded. This room's not big enough. Well, don't that just stink? Who is suffocating? Why are you suffocating? You have access to clean air. Okay, well, I guess they're getting a little bit there. No, they're heaping in the CO2. What is going on there? You guys have plenty of air available. Like, just go to it. You couldn't really ask for better oxygen supply in a colony. I mean, honestly. Major stress drop with increase of inefficient work. Yeah, that would be amazing. Give them a little rec room. They can put a pool table in there. They can get drunk and shoot pool. Then, when they get inebriated, they have a little bar fight, hit each other with pool cues. I feel like this game would start to get a little less family-friendly. Ooh, what's going on here? Body temperature. Oh, boy. Why did that get so warm? We have all kinds of insulation in here and very little heat production. Why is it getting warm? All right. Temperature is going to be one of those things we're going to have to deal with in the near future. I've kind of been happily building away, just getting all kinds of stuff. Hatch room taller, not longer. Yeah, it's already 4 high, though, so I can't reach a higher unless I throw in, like, another ladder here. So I guess if we cancel this instead, we dig this at, like, a 7. I can't reach very far, though. That's going to be the hard part. Make this at a 7. That's sand there. It's going to drop in as soon as I dig, which kind of stinks. But alright, that'll actually help increase the size of the room, I guess. Hot bathrooms. Yeah, but they're not being used that much, so they shouldn't be producing that much heat, really. I think just in general, we've had an increase in temperatures up high. So it's just gradually starting to work its way down. I mean, the batteries produce heat, but we have them sort of closed off. The important thing is our garden down below here is still, or the farms or whatever down below, they're still in a good temperature position. That's not going to last forever, though. We'll eventually need to do some sort of heating system in here. Even if we just set a refrigeration system that doesn't produce any additional oxygen, but just draws oxygen out of here, cools it, and sends it back in. Heat from the batteries, yeah, there's a certain amount from that. We have some insulation in here and a door, but we might need to double up on the insulation now. I mean, the insulation looks cool still, so it's not a problem. The door, on the other hand, not so great. What we could do is create a vacuum with the door, and then the space in between would prevent the heat from coming out. Because they don't really need to go in this room. Let's get this power stuff going. I want this done. Give me that power. I don't have quite enough room here. Let's deconstruct. Oh, well, they're using it now. Of course they are. This door needs to be open. Durgan 2, please add air conditioning and pets to the suite. Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, we gave our guys a way to dig there. Bury themselves. How's this room now? Still the rage, we're at 77 tiles. I have tons of space here. I can't get over that. I totally miscounted something. Excuse me. Just ideas like to shout backseat driver. Yeah. I'm going to make the room taller. I think that makes sense. So we're not consuming quite as much wide space. Because over here, I do still want to do the incubation if we can. Reacher's not doing anything. Are we all done? We are. All right, we finished that whole tree. So we have the solid transport already, but nobody can do it yet. We have to go and take a look at the jobs and shift some people around. Let's work on improved ventilation. Ooh, and actually HVAC is what I really need. Let's get HVAC done because that's going to handle temperature management in our colony. So there's a couple ways we can handle temperature management. Sorry, I just need a moment. Sorry about that. All right, so we can handle temperature management a couple different ways. They added a new radiant pipe. So we could actually cool gases or cool liquids and use a radiant system through different spaces we want to keep cool. Alternatively, we can use an air conditioning system where we draw the air in, cool it, and send it back out again. Obviously, we want to have some sort of a thermal... A little bit of a thermal switch set up so that we don't overcool things because we don't want to make things too cold. The biggest challenge with that would probably be just a scenario of the gas pressure that's in here being really high, so it'd be hard to keep putting air back in. We could use a high pressure, the high pressure gas vent, but when we suck gas into the pipe, it's going to create a bit of a void that will allow a scenario for the algae deoxidizers to produce more air. So we'll have to be careful. I'm curious to see if it'll overpressurize the colony because of the gas that's in the pipe, but that is definitely worth trying. We won't get to that tonight because we've only got like 20 minutes left. I want to work on this power system and stuff anyway, but that's certainly something we'll need to pay a little bit of attention to next time. Temperature management is going to be kind of an important thing. Oh no, don't do that. Cancel that one. Let's dig this out. Let's dig this out. All right, we got tons of space in here now. This can go. We'll I already have it set to deconstruct. Good. Okay. In our power system now, we should have access to... No, it's got to be in stations. There it is. Power control station. Oh, I need refined metal. This has got to get hooked up to the power sooner than I would like. 240 watts that's going to consume. Not too bad. It'll draw off the batteries initially. So we'll build some refined metal. This is going to produce a lot of heat. Which, again, not ideal. I didn't really design this layout very well, actually, now that I think about it. I really should have created a scenario where I could create a bit of a void to manage temperatures better, but we'll see. HVAC gets hot quick as well. It does, yeah, but you can cool it with water, so you can maintain the temperature management a little bit that way. You also have the opportunity to put the HVAC systems in a place that you don't have to worry so much about the heat. So you could be cooling the main core area, but allowing for a little bit of a nicer scenario in the there, like you're effectively removing the heat from the core area and moving it somewhere else. So it kind of works out okay. Yeah, we could move the oxygen production down to cold biome as well. For right now, we've just been using algae still. For once, we're actually at a point where I need algae. That's like the first time in forever. Let's build a ladder down here. Dig out some algae here. So, I mean, to date in the colony, we've been running everything off off just these two algae deoxidizers, and that's been great. But now that we're starting to get lower on algae, we're going to want to keep some of that around to be able to feed the Paku. We can produce algae in other ways, but It's easier not to have to do that. So we'll worry about digging our way over here so we can get access to some of that. There's plenty of algae here for us to work with. We don't have to worry about running out in the near future. However, in the shorter term, we are probably going to want to set up an oxygen system soon. I still haven't really dug into the swamp biomes just yet because I've kind of been controlling my germs. And we'll probably want to do that relatively soon too. Theoretically, we could do it in here. Since we've already got an airlock set up. We've already got control space in here that's that has some clean air in it. Actually, there's CO2 in here also. What's this fish doing? Is he happy yet? He's still wildness 68. How can I improve that? Cycle change minus 15 per cycle. So every day he's getting 15% less wild. No, 5% per cycle. 8 from feeder minus 20% per cycle. That's really confusing. At 0 wilderness, a critter can start getting... So it looks like he's going to be... Because he ate from the feeder, he should be going down at 20% per cycle. And he's gaining back 5% per cycle. I get it. Okay. Weird. All right. So he should be going... Every day, he should be getting less and less wild. But he's still at like 68%. Should have, would have, could have. Just crack that whip. No more lunch breaks, dupes. Maybe just become a taskmaster. Take that, you dupes. Do my bidding. Ooh, I got these built now, too. Let's get our power grid started. We'll build this out of copper, I guess. It doesn't really have to be anything fancy. I'm going to run the wire up here because I kind of want my control station in here, but I don't know how big it is. I'm going to find out, though. This will run out here. I can see the power grid starting to get strained a little bit, which isn't great. Feed it into there, over here, feed it into here. That'll let us get everything connected to the transformer. This I don't want it to run just yet. Let's disable that building for now. We're going to want batteries too. Make sure that everything stays nice and smooth. So we have a full set in here already. These ones will do fine for the one side of the grid, but we won't have any for the other side just yet. And we'll also want a smart battery once we get some refined metal. Let's work on this, though. Make some refined copper. We can use that to make our power control system. And it also will give us a power boost when you're using... As long as you keep that power system fed, the power station, it gives you like a significant boosted power production from your generators, too. So instead of producing like 600, it'll produce like 900 or something. Is packweed worth all that trouble? No idea. First time I played around with it. Apparently every species finds it delicious, so it's basically just a food source. Wilderness 60. Okay, so it's going down. To be honest with you, you really could go through and do everything without having to worry too much about critters in general. They're not like a must-have sort of thing. They're just fun to play with. So, and they create sort of an alternate system to be able to manage your colony by giving you access to resources that are a little bit more renewable. These guys are all happy now. That's good. So our room space is now at 84 tiles. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 6 hatches in here. So that's fine. Let's deconstruct this. There's a bobby floating thing at the bottom of the Pacu tank. What? A Pacu egg! It laid an egg! He's happy, but he still has wildness. That's interesting. But he laid an egg. Look, there's a little Pacu in there. Pacu egg, unreachable. But that's okay. We don't need to reach it. He's going to hatch. We'll have a little baby Pacu in here. That's so cool. Pacu egg. Incubation 5%. It's going up at least. So, unfortunately, we don't have to take it out. Pacus are aquatic creatures that cannot live outside of water or polluted water. Every organism in the known universe finds the Pacu extremely delicious. So, did they add recipes actually to cook the Pacu? Let's check that out. No, I guess not. That's interesting. I wonder if you could just eat the Pacu straight. If we go into consumables... Is there an option just to eat straight Pacu? Like Pacu sushi kind of thing. Pepper bread, barbecue, stuff, blah, blah, blah. All right, maybe you just like get meat from them. And then you can use the meat to do like barbecue and stuff maybe, which is a little weird maybe, but I'm kind of hoping they add in some actual paku recipes. Like paku sushi would be great. Just realized one for the main. Which one? I saw Nightbot and thought it was the same across platforms. Whoops. Okay, let's do a little bit more research here. We can do improved ventilation because we're going to need that for our cooling system, which we'll have to tackle next time we run the colony. Okay, you know what? At this point, I'm going to save the game. We got some pretty good progress there in terms of working on our ranches, which I'm actually really happy about. Some people have been asking a lot about Sandbox Mode, so I thought it'd be fun for the end of the stream. We'll take a look at Sandbox Mode and see what that's all about. I want to see the little baby Paku and stuff, though. That would be neat. Okay, it's in options. You go unlock Sandbox Mode. Sandbox Mode will be enabled for this save file. Ooh, I don't want that. Enable Sandbox Mode, but save a backup first. What did I just do for the backup? Oh, cool. All right, it says backup. Amazing. Okay, perfect. So let's go in here. We'll go to options. No, I guess it's enabled. Sandbox. There it is. Okay. All right. So we have Sandbox enabled. Now the Sandbox allows you to sort of play around with the environment a little bit. If you click on Sandbox, we got all these instructions down here. So now we have a brush, we have sprinkle, we have flood, sample, heat gun, a spawner, clear floor, and then destroy. So using destroy, for example, man, you can adjust the slider to adjust the size of the area that you're working with. So you can sort of toy around with that. This is like, it's almost like a simpler version of the debug mode. It's kind of neat. But I think it's more about the environment, more so than it is about like building stuff. But if we want to destroy stuff, we can paint right in here, for example, and it should destroy it, I think. Yeah, there we go. So we can just destroy spaces and do whatever we want to do that way. If we wanted to go in and actually sprinkle some water in... Oh boy, that overlay is terrible. Hold on. I can sprinkle in food poisoning. Polani, $5 super chat. Thank you for exploring and sandboxing and painting and fun. Hooray. You're welcome, Polani. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support. All right, so we have like brush noisiness we can adjust, brush mass. There's all kinds of stuff in here. We have it set for liquid water that we can paint in, but there are other things. We can paint in solids, common substances. We'll leave it at water for now, but if we just set this on sprinkle, then we can go in here and... It's weird how that kind of works. You can sprinkle in like little tiles of water and stuff. And then we've got water. This brush size is too big though. Let's make that smaller. So you can do like little bits of water, you can do lots of bits of water. Fairly customizable. So if you have a map that you kind of want to muck around with, flood the base at the end for lulz. Alright, Durgan, we'll flood the base after. Thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate the support. We can do flooding, which I guess just fills up a big space. Will it do like a whole area? It looks like it'll do a whole... Oh my gosh. So you can flood an entire area all at once. We'll do that last. We have sampling. So let's say I wanted to do more gold. I could sample the gold. And then now when I paint... oh wait, hold on. We still have that on sample. Let's do... oh, come on. Sample the gold. And then if we go to our brush... It's got gold amalgam already picked, so when I paint it in now, I can just add in all kinds of gold amalgam. Which is neat. There's a heat gun, so you can change the heat. Let's see. Adjust brush size. Adjust additive temperature. So you can make it hotter or colder. So let's say we want to make that space really cold. And we could go down by 13 Kelvin. If we go in here, we can paint in some cold area. Or if we want to make it super hot, we could roast this fish in here and go up by 15 Kelvin. And the more you do it, the more it adds in. So it'll get hotter and hotter in this space as you paint over it. So if you don't like using debug mode, or you've never really got into it, but you actually want the ability to do some of the debug stuff, it's kind of a pain mucking around with debug mode. But if you really wanted to, you could use sandbox mode instead and do many of those things that you could do with debug mode. If we go into the spawner, we can grab... Let's see, plants. Let's go with creatures. Maybe everything's going to go overrun by sage hatchlings. This might crash things. I know there are some issues, but let's say we want to put in a whole bunch of sage hatchlings. They're wild, but they're all over the place. They're wild and woolly. There's our sage hatchlings. They're just gobbling everything up. We're overrun with sages. Send in the Marines. Oh my god, those things are cute. So we have sage hatchlings there. We can look at some other variants of stuff too, actually, if we want to see what they look like. Here's the Mega Shine Bug. I'm curious about this guy. What does this thing do? So this is great because it actually gives you a chance to check out the different stuff too, right? If you don't know anything about it, you can just paint it in and then check it out. So not a lot of information here. The shine bugs. This shine bug emits no light, but it makes up for it by having an excellent personality. Oh my gosh. Capture method lures. It adds plus 80 decor. That's crazy. It's good for barbecue, meat. Oh no, it eats barbecue, meat, or abyssalite. Man, that is not an easy bug to keep around. Holy. I don't really know why you would have this thing. It doesn't shine any light. I guess maybe just because it adds like a lot of decor, maybe? Maybe you'll want nega bugs because they have high decor. I don't know. What else have we got? Nega Shine Nymph. There's a little baby one. Aw, isn't he cute? Look at the little baby nymph. A chubby baby shine bug. This one is a black negamorph. It also has really high... Aw, look, isn't that cute? Those things are awesome. I love the babies. Okay. What else can we do? Let's do another little critter jobby in here that we haven't seen before. Placid Shinebug. I'm curious what this guy's up to. Shinebug emits a soft light in hopes of attracting more of their kind for company. The light of the Placid morph has been turned blue through selective breeding. Capture method lure. It eats... yeah, this one only adds 50 decor, so I guess the Nega Shinebug is really just about decor. So if you get this dark shine bug in there, he's like negative light, basically. He adds the decor. This one, it looks like it lures other types in, which is kind of cool. That's really neat. Let's see what other shine bugs we have in here, because there's all kinds of them here. Shine Nymph, no. Crystal Shine Bug. What's this guy do? Shine bugs emit a soft light in the hopes of attracting more of their company. Oh, it's just basically... So the Placid Shine Bug doesn't have any different description from the Crystal one. Wow, decor plus 200 for having a Crystal Shine Bug. So I guess the Shine Bugs are just about decor. So they give you light and stuff. But really it's more about the decor. It eats diamonds. You know, because that's an infinite substance. Diamonds, we got tons of diamonds. That's no problem. Okay, what else are we gonna make? Sunny Shine Bug. Shine Bug with a soft light, yada yada. The light of the Sunny morph has been turned orange through selective breeding. Plus 50. Again, I don't see how this one adds any specific benefit. I mean, it looks like it's glowing brighter. It doesn't look like it's glowing orange. I don't know how that works. Light overlay. No, that didn't help. So I don't know what the difference is in terms of like some of these shine bugs. They don't really seem to add a lot. This one, I guess they have a different diet. Still has the standard 50 decor. I was hoping that the Sunny Shine Bug would actually say something about producing like natural light, because I think there's a plant that I saw somewhere that requires natural sunlight or something. I don't remember. I thought maybe the Sunny Shine Bug would cover that need, but I could be wrong. Let's take a look at the Stone Hatchling. So these are the little. Oh, these ones have a temp art, so they're still white. Unfortunately, they're not finished yet. Oh, they just pooped out some coal. What else? What else have we got in here? Vital Shine Bug. What's the Vital Shine Bug do? What the? What was that about? The light of the Vital Morph has been turned pink, yada yada. Shine Bug, yeah, so it's not saying what the effect is of this one. Light radius 5 tiles, decor plus 50. Has a decent diet. I'm not sure what the deal is with all the different shine bugs. I think they still have some more detail to add, maybe, because there's not really a lot of information there about what the different shine bugs are for and why you might want them. I mean, the Nega one's fairly obvious. The Crystal one's fairly obvious because they have different effects. Oh, here's a long-haired Slickster. Long-haired Slicksters are slippery critters, slimy critters that consume oxygen and thrive in close contact with duplicant companions. This one doesn't really seem to produce anything. It eats oxygen, it gives decor, I think it's really just purely about consuming oxygen if you need to get rid of some. It doesn't give you any net benefit otherwise. But at least it's got something in there. Ooh, Royal Shine Bug. What's this guy do? Um, 5 tiles, 50 decor. Again, not really any information there. That's not helpful. Anyway, that's how the sandbox mode works, though. So you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. Man, we have a lot of hatches are running wild up here. Let's do a little flood and see what happens. If we just accidentally drown everybody. Whoa! Excuse me, sorry. I was expecting to flood that with water, but I forgot we still had gold amalgam selected. We just encased everyone in gold. Gold finger. We've entombed everyone in gold. They're all going to die. It says, yeah, 8 of them entombed. Only 7 of them are suffocating. That's impressive. Somebody's still holding their breath. Ooh, the lava slickster. Yeah, we can look at the lava slickster. Let's see the lava slickster. I'm just curious about that one. Molten slickster larva. So I guess the molten slickster is the lava one. This guy here consumes carbon dioxide and exudes petroleum. He's a cool one. All right, so we've encased everyone in gold. What a way to go! Peak of the geyser. Oh no, I don't want to cheat. I feel like that would be cheating. I don't want to do it. Oh, we just killed everybody. All right, so we have the save file, of course. This was just playing around with the sandbox mode. We'll go back and use the backup afterwards so we don't muck up the game by having sandbox active. But thanks, everyone, for coming out to the stream. I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. We're hovering right around 50,000 subscribers now, unless we've tipped over the mark. We're going to be streaming Oxygen Not Included twice a week now going forward. Actually, we're 6 subscribers away from being at 50,000. That's crazy. So we'll be streaming Oxygen Not Included on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow night I'm going to be streaming some Fortnite, and if I can rope Kazi into playing with me, I'll be playing a little bit with him tomorrow. But thanks, everyone, for coming to check out the stream. I really appreciate all the super chats again. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for the support. Crazy generous, but I really appreciate it. If you do choose to subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that little bell so you get notifications. And don't forget, there is a community tab on the main page for YouTube as well when you're in the channel. So if you check out the community tab, I can post notices and communicate with you there outside of videos to let you know about upcoming stream schedules and that sort of thing. But thanks, everyone, for coming to check out the stream. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.